Hi, I switched locations. It's getting dark here. So macro stalking. I would like to bring up again when you talk about the Cuban diplomat crisis slash mystery. One of the things that the women reported, this had to do with a bilocational stalking. That would be the hotel where the people were working and staying, and also their home locations too, which involves some element of some form of possibly internet stalking. But what it was an identical parallel to what's happened to me is the female victim who's in this memo you can find on the internet. She claimed that when she opened her door, all the hissing stopped, all the strange sensations stopped, and all this other stuff stopped as soon as she was leaving. So that's an element of, you could call it intentional disenfranchisement or forcible rousting, where the people are forced to leave because of drone assault. So what happened to me is the voices were busy narrating their drone assault one night, and after a heavy dose of intentional exhaustion and things like that, and they said that somebody was going to quote unquote hack the drones so that a visual would be associated with what was going on. So I was sitting on my couch and I was like, okay, whatever you want to do. And then all of a sudden, bam, between 1 second and the next, I could see a green light like a net over my front door, and it was extending from basically the height of the door through the roof of the home, and they said that's how they can tell when you're coming and going, which was absolutely terrifying. That was, for me, another one of the proof positive that this is a drone assault with intent to cause homelessness and psychological trauma and all that kind of stuff. So that's a direct parallel. One of the things is I'm so concerned about is the amount of drones that are in the sky, because if you have a smart car, your smart car is GPS assisted through Navstar or whatever kind of satellite stuff we've got up in the sky now, and it can track where your vehicle goes at any time. If you happen to be, say, a cause for concern or a cause of concern for concern, you know what I'm saying, for the police or anything like that, if they put your car on any form of surveillance, that means you're basically doubly covered. And if somebody has the ability to hack their systems or something like that, they can find out where you're going at any time. They can learn your route. They can predate upon the route. They can attack you when you're, like I say, getting groceries or getting gas. They can attack you when you go to visit your family. They can learn where your family is. One of the things about the macro stalking that I've been dealing with, and this is very unfortunate, is, say I've got friends in other states. Through the course of these 5 years, of course, you know, I make friends. I've lived in multiple states. And what these folks have said is that they're holding friends of mine in other states drone hostages too, and that I have to do things like shower, I have to do things like as in be nude, that would be stripping, that I have to exercise for them, what's some of the other stuff, dance around for the drones that they say have cameras on them, you know, which is a form of sexual slavery, and then they'll keep me awake basically until I comply with whatever they want, and that includes things like crawling around on all fours like a dog, you know, very demeaning, sexually demeaning things. I've been, this I believe is a form of a hate crime in progress, that I've been targeted for being a woman. I've been targeted for my education. I've been targeted possibly for being an American citizen. So, and I know that there are other lives that have been lost. I have a list of people that I suspect, these are mysterious deaths that I think are probably most likely 100% this drone stalking and drone assault situation. So I think cross-country multiple hostage situation where they're demanding each hostage do things so the other hostage gets some personal time. is definitely an example of the macro stalking. In addition to doing things like the lining of drones up along a route that you drive into town or things like this, they can actually single out people and forcefully eject them from the communities they live in. And keep in mind, I hope that you have read these things as to why these technologies were created. It's for a form of riot control. But I'll tell you what, if you are targeting individuals with riot control, I think it's clearly a form of human experimentation. So that's it for this one.